Alright, so since going live didn't really work out, I'm gonna have to do a recording. So, alright, this goes to anybody that drives. Okay? This goes to anybody that drives. Because, honestly, we drive around like maniacs. I don't know if you realize it, but we are real people in vehicles driving to where we've got to go. Some of us are just trying to go to work or go to a doctor appointment or see a family member. Some of us are just simply driving because we have an obligation to go somewhere, or we just really want to go somewhere. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't even have to be dangerous. But it is. Driving safely and driving the speed limit, importantly, it doesn't mean that you're a pussy or a weak-chinned little person. It doesn't mean you're a snowflake. It just means you value your life and you value other people's life. You value your vehicle too, and the cost and the money you put into this sucker too. Can't tell you how much money I dropped in this thing. But bottom line is, we don't need to be driving angry. If you are driving angry, you need to pull over and figure out, why are you angry? Are you angry because that blue car decided to get into the lane that you're in? And they just get in your way? I'm sorry, newsflash. You don't own the roads. You don't own the asphalt. When you pay for, I guess, the state, well, my state taxes goes to the roads, still does not mean you have the right to bully somebody on the road, even if they decide to drive the speed limit. When you go 65 in a 65-mile-an-hour zone, why are you tailgating somebody? Why are you even upset that they're in your lane? Your sphere of your lane is where your vehicle is touching. You don't own 3 feet this way to your front, back, left, and right. No. I really don't understand why people drive like assholes. People drive like they're angry. People drive like they're crazy. People drive like they actually want an accident. Why do you want an accident? You have no control over how severe the accident could be. You don't know if the person has a pre-existing medical condition where one good hit to the head renders them dead. You don't know that. I don't know that. Shit, they probably don't even know that. But bottom line is, we all are out here driving, traveling in these vehicles for a reason. Not because we maybe want to, but because we need to and have to. Either we're driving to go to our jobs, or we're driving to see family members, or we're driving to go to a doctor's appointment, or something really, really important, more so than all the things that I've just listed. But you know what? It doesn't have to be dangerous, and it doesn't have to be upsetting. Okay? I can't tell you how many times I drive on 95 north and southbound, 288 north or southbound, and almost die every damn time. I go the speed limit. No more, no less. And if you're not happy with it, pass. Take life into your own hands and don't threaten mine. Because if you get into a wreck or you cause a wreck and they happen to not live through it, you probably killed somebody's mother. You probably killed somebody's daughter, someone's father, someone's son, someone's grandparent, someone's last hope to whatever that could be happening. You could be killing a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer. Do you want to be an accidental murderer? Do you want to be a murderer, period? Because our vehicles are not only mobile tools, they're mobile death devices. Meaning anything could happen. That person that's going 60 in a 65, maybe there's something going on. Maybe they're having a panic attack. Maybe their vehicle can't physically get that high because there's something wrong. But they have to get to where they gotta go. And they are genuinely sorry. They can't speed the way you do. They can't go 60... They can't go 70, 75, 80, 90, 95 like you want to go in a 65 mile an hour zone. If there is a speed limit on the side of the road, then that's the law. Some of us don't want to break the law. Some of us really don't need an adrenaline rush on the highways. Some of us don't want to have a panic attack every damn time they realize, hey, I got my keys in my hand, I gotta go somewhere. And fear the worst. It's ridiculous. And you know what? You want to know why Uber and Lyft is making a lot of money? It's mainly because a lot of people are so freaking terrified of driving, they'd rather have someone else drive. At least they know that they are safe and they are not hassling with the other drivers. Because people nowadays, they can't handle any more stress. They can't. They truly can't. Every person that I know that does not drive. You want to know why they say they don't drive? Not because they don't want to, because some of them really want to. But they just can't bring themselves to do it because they're terrified. They're terrified. People drive like they're crazy. I really don't want to get in a wreck. People drive like they're angry all the time. Oh, see, and almost saw a wreck right there in the parking lot. We have a consideration problem, ladies and gentlemen. People do not take consideration of other people's safety or other people's well-being, or much less themselves. And you know what? A lot of these people, the way they drive, they need help. It has been normalized to take their rage out on the road. It has been normalized to not give a shit about anyone else or yourself. That's a confidence problem. That's a depression problem. There is such a thing as having depression and still being a functional human being. And everybody has it. Sad truth. And a lot of them are unmedicated. It's sad that mental, emotional, and spiritual health is deprived. It's normal now to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually sick. Bullying is now normalized too. Do people speak up against it? Yeah, but not hard enough. Not as much as they should. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. When is it going to stop? You know, before I get into my vehicle, I do wonder if today's the day that I wreck. Not at my own volition, but because somebody I'm at the wrong place at the wrong time, and someone's angry and upset about something, and I get sideswiped or rear-ended. I truly do. I pray hard. Like I'm getting ready to die before I get into my vehicle. True thing. True. It's true. It's true. I didn't used to be this afraid. But I am. I can't let it stop me from driving. I can't, I'll just deal with the consequences. If somebody sideswipes me, then we have so many wrecks on 95 north and southbound and 288 north and southbound. But the thing is, nobody really changes anything about it. Nobody cares. Except for the select few that just want to drive safely and get to where they gotta go in one piece. It's not right. Why is something so easy turned into something so terrifying? Why is something so basic and standard turned into something so complicated and emotionally and mentally altering? This says a lot about humanity. If you want to know how humanity's health is, get on the highways. Get on the highways. Get on your interstates. Get on the road, period. You'll find out how they're doing. You'll find out how everybody's doing. A lot of people want to make fun of hippies and millennials when actually they're the most safest drivers I've known, actually. And now, since we're on the subject, truck drivers, gentlemen, ladies, actually, not ladies, gentlemen, because a lot of women truck drivers I know, they don't drive like this. They don't. They truly don't. I know a woman who works for the UPS, and she quotes the driving laws in her company. So she's pretty good. I understand that, a lot of truck drivers have a deadline, and they have an allotment of time. A window of time that they have to get from point A to point B to do their freight drops, to take their deliveries. Whether you work for FedEx, UPS, or just a truck driver. I don't know the right word for them. 14-wheelers, 30, whatever. Freight trucks, okay? Commercial freight trucks, or just freight trucks. Why in the world? Now I understand it's not easy to stop on a dime, and it's not suggested to turn on a dime on them things, because you could jackknife your rig. Okay? Don't think I don't know. I actually do know how to drive one. My uncle was a truck driver. I learned a great deal of driving from him. There is a right way to drive your rig, and there's a wrong way to drive your rig. And 9 times out of 10, I'm seeing a lot of dangerous, terrible, ego-driven rigs on the road. There's boxing in. I don't know if you guys think it's funny, but it's not. Especially when someone who has anxiety problems. Boxing people in because they happen to merge into your lane in front of you, but do give you enough cushion room to adjust your speed. Because, hey, we all have a destination, and we all get in the lane that we're supposed to for a reason. Okay? Nobody merges in front of you unless they're a dickhole. I can speak for myself, but I don't merge in front of a rig unless I really have to. And I do know that I can match his speed or higher. But bottom line is, there's a lot of speeding going on. When you're going 65 on 95 and you want to go 80, 90 in the middle frickin' lane, tell me if you're driving safe and your cargo's in one piece, because that explains a lot of the times when I used to get cargo for Walmart, a lot of the is in pieces. You want to get home safely? I know driving a truck is not, it takes a special kind of person to do that. It really does. Because I can't sit still that long in a vehicle without getting distracted. Because I can recall my uncle telling me going from Virginia to Oklahoma for freight. Or from all over America. He went from all over America delivering stuff to people. Their freight, their orders. There's no sense in speeding like a lot of these people do that drive rigs. There's no sense in sideswiping, merging on top of people. If you don't know how to drive something as big as a rig, don't drive it. Don't drive it. Don't. Don't. If you can't take consideration of the size of your vehicle and the bulkiness of your vehicle, don't drive. Please save us the terror and the nightmare. Don't drive. I can't tell you how many times a rig has merged on top of me, and I've actually ran over traffic cones because there's construction on the highway. And I can't slow down because I got Mr. Speedy Gonzalez behind me with an attitude, and I got a truck driver with a chip on his shoulder who simply wants to merge on top of me and kill me. Okay? I mean, you have these huge-ass mirrors on the sides of your rigs. Look at them. Look at them. I almost lost my parents to a careless driver. So this is why I'm pretty adamant about this. If you can't drive safe and calm, don't get on the damn road. Now, I know a lot of people are going to want to get mad at me and all that, but before you get mad at me and spew anything hateful to me, why don't you stop and think and ask yourself, honestly, am I a safe driver? Do I take consideration of other people and their vehicles? Do I care if I cause a wreck or kill somebody? If you can't answer that calmly, without saying, I'm a good driver, then you're part of the problem. And you need to go and get on the road and just pay attention to your moods, your thoughts, and what you're focusing on. Because driving is not a game. Driving is not a competition. Driving, these cars, sure, they got some really cool rides out there, but they're not toys. They're not toys, okay? We don't have airbags in here just for have a fluffy pillow every now and then when you make a really hard bump. Okay? Stop. Chill out and relax. You see those videos of people upset and crying because they lost a loved one because somebody couldn't drive right? Somebody wasn't paying attention. Don't be the reason why someone's heart is broken. Don't be a reason for someone to be buried. Don't be a reason why someone's life is in shambles because their mode of transportation to go to their doctor's appointments, go to work, and all that, and make a living for themselves. Don't be a reason why someone's life gets turned upside down, because if you wouldn't want that, why do you think somebody else would want that? We need to start caring about each other and ourselves. Believe it or not, if you don't think it, but people do depend on you. People you don't even know, probably. I depend on you to drive safely and to pay attention to where you're going and what you're doing, so that I can get to where I gotta go safely. I don't want to die. I don't want to get hurt. I can speak for myself. I do the speed limit. I look at my mirrors. I signal before I merge in front of anybody. And I take consideration of how fast someone's going. Can I not be the only one that gives a damn about other people here? Please? Because I would like to go home to my husband. I would like to be able to go and see my mother and father. I'd like to be able to see my baby niece, my sister, my friends. I'd like to live. I like to live. I love to be alive. I kind of like it. That's why I keep doing it. What about you? Please don't kill me or somebody else.